Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your end of April 2025 General Tarot Update. It's Serena here. Oh, it looks kind of blurry. I hope that, yeah, I guess I just had to kind of give it something to work with. I'm just going to take these off the top. I have all the May forecasts up, so if you're interested in the coming month, you can check my channel. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Four of Swords, and this is a card of rest and rejuvenation. Swords are connected to the air element, and that includes the air signs, which are your sign, and Libra and Aquarius. And Gemini, you do tend to overthink things, and all the, you could say that about all the air signs, but Gemini has the added advantage, if you want to call it that, or situation where you're ruled by Mercury. So there's more emphasis on the mind. And this is a card that I often think about when someone has been dealing with maybe some stressors in their life, and they are kind of like retreating. And this is something where, I mean, it could be like an actual retreat, but it could be like taking a breather from the daily grind even. So maybe being in between jobs and just kind of like deciding, what is it that I want to do? Maybe you're at a crossroads. You have Jupiter in your sign, and that's like the world is your oyster in a way. But sometimes it can be almost overwhelming if you've had a lot of choices thrown at you. In the past position, we have the Daughter of Wands. This deck, the Wild Unknown Tarot, calls it Daughter, but it's Page in the standard Rider-Waite and decks like that. So Page of Wands is a page are messages. Wands is something very exciting. So it can be good news that has occurred, and maybe this is really great timing because it's at a juncture in your life where you really want to do things intentionally. The Four of Swords can be you've been thinking long and hard about something, and maybe you even have an amazing idea that you can't wait to implement. But it can just be about your life direction as a whole. The higher message is a Fool, and this is the first card of the major arcana, 0 point. Are you able to move forward without having an itinerary? And that, I'm not just talking about travel, I'm talking about anything that you do where you don't have this guarantee. You just are taking action, and maybe you're being more adventurous about it and just seeing where things take you rather than having to have guarantees. This can be in any area of life. I mean, it can even be your love life. Maybe you have been single for a long time and recently you've met somebody, maybe the Daughter of Wands, maybe it's like a fire sign individual. Page of Wands can be like the beginning of a very kind of a passionate connection with someone. And it's possible that you have imposed upon yourself this, like, I'm not going to date for like 5 years, and you meet somebody before then. What do you do? And it might be very passionate. What crosses you is the Father of Swords. This can be even, I would say, like with legal matters or anything like that, that there's like, if you are waiting on a divorce, if you are waiting on a divorce, or you feel like you're ready to let go of a relationship, you are going to have in June, I think it's June 11th, a full moon in Sagittarius, and that will be the seventh house of committed partnership and also legal affairs. So that might be the time when that gets dissolved or you get the decree. But yeah, you might be feeling like, okay, I'm waiting for to become like that Fool card, how this deck depicts it, like the chick who's just coming out of the egg and is newly formed. And that newness that the Fool card represents, which can be quite, it's kind of fresh energy, but sometimes it may feel like you're kind of flying blind. You don't know what's going to happen. And being comfortable with that is probably the key. Also, the Father of Swords, which is the King of Swords in the challenge position, can be some kind of authority figure, or if you are with someone who is one of the air signs, it's like you may realize this is not the person for me, but it's, if you're with them, you have to go through all of that disentanglement, disentangling from that relationship, and it may be a little bit, touchy or difficult. It's not, in other words, it's not just a piece of cake just because you want to do something. What's coming in is the Four of Pentacles. This is a card of sound money management, or the need to be very on top of your finances if you are in between jobs, or if you are planning to leave a particular job. If you're planning to leave a particular relationship, learning how to live within your means and kind of live on your own. I'm getting some of that energy because this, and by the way, I mean, this is for the last half of April, but suffice it to say, these themes may carry themselves over into future months too. The outcome card is the Five of Cups. This is mourning the loss of something. So this is what I'm saying, starting with the Four of Swords, is that you may be doing that inner work to kind of like make sense of the changes that are happening in your life, Gemini. And it really does pay to do that, rather than just making the changes, but really to kind of check in with yourself. Is this something that I truly want? Would this be good for me? Or am I doing this thing thinking it's going to make me happy, and I really am not sure about that? I picked a clarification card, the Mother of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles. This is a card of a very good money card. So it's really, I think with the Four of Pentacles too, it's really acknowledging the financial situation as something positive. Some, I do these, some people ask me, are these readings for the rising sign too? And, if you resonate that way, then for sure. But in general, I'm thinking it's going to be for the sun sign, and some of you Geminis have the sun, who have the sun in Gemini, might have Venus in Cancer or Mars in Cancer, and you really are, or Taurus, and you really do have a keen sense of finances, and that's something that you might excel in, or at least you're concerned about. And the Queen of Pentacles is a very good card for talking about your current status or what might be happening in the near future to reassure you. And for some of you, because I don't typically think of Gemini people as being that type of person, but there are other influences that can, shift that for a person. So that could be what is happening. So if you have been either looking to, go in a new direction career-wise, or a new relationship or at least leave the old one, then I think that you have what it takes to do that. But of course, this is a general reading. Your life is going to be specific to you. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like a private reading, I do astrology as well as the tarot. You can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching. Bye.